Hey friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you a layout I created using Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Day 14 sketch. The prompt for it is mixed media. And look, I'm adding mixed media to my layout. I am using the Tim Holtz Salvaged Patina spray mist in my background, but I'm just using some plastic packaging to do the mixed media. I did add a little bit of water to it just to make it a little more pliable and go a bit further. And I'm also adding stamping to the background as well. I did share a picture of the sketch at the very beginning of the video, so if you missed it, you can head back to the beginning of the video to check it out, or I will leave a link to Christie's Facebook group over on Facebook, and you will find all of the sketches there for Series 8. She is on Series 8, believe it or not, doing this, and I thought I would hop in and play along. I absolutely love the sketch and wanted to give it a try. But when I sat down at my computer to find a picture for my layout, I discovered that the next photo in my queue of pictures to be printed was this panoramic photo of a historic landmark in my area. It is a train trestle bridge. It is a historic, not building, but piece of architecture. And I love it. We drive underneath it every time we head into the city. And obviously when we come back, we drive under it as well. And I loved it. I wanted to make sure I needed to get a picture of it before we leave the town that we live in and head to the city. And so here it is. So rather than making the photo smaller, I decided to keep it as a panoramic photo. It is roughly 3 inches by 10. And obviously I trimmed it down. I printed it at home myself. It's just black and white. And then I added some, sorry, my phone is blowing up. It's been another day here. As I was saying, I added some bits of torn paper underneath my photo. I adhered them together so they were offset so that it spans the page, number one, but also so you can see both of the papers as well. I used some older Close to My Heart pattern paper. That's the darker teal colored paper. And then I showed you the lighter minty colored paper that I used as well. I used my ancient paper tearing tool that I got from Creative Memories to tear the paper. And then once that was done and the photo and the torn papers were adhered to the layout, I also added a die cut border of snowflakes underneath it as well. I'm going to add the title next. I'm going to adhere it with some craft foam. I just trimmed them down into little strips. I put it on the back of my title, and I'm adding it to the layout now. It is also a Cricut die cut. I'm not sure if you can read it, but it says historic landmark, which was perfect for this layout. I decided to mat the cut file, which by the way was cut from Close to My Heart cardstock. That particular cardstock is charcoal, so it's a really nice deep dark gray color. I decided to mat it to white cardstock just to hide the stuff that's underneath it so it doesn't compete with your eyes, so you are not able to read it. And also it helps make it more prominent as well, so it really pops off the page. And of course now it is a lot easier to read. In the original sketch, there were stars sprinkled around in between the photos, which in the original the photos are round, circular. I opted to keep my photo as a panoramic photo instead of, like I said earlier, making them smaller and obviously turning them into circles. And rather than interspersing the stars in between the round portions, I kept mine on the same line as the photo was and just varied the heights that they sat at. Those little snowflakes that I cut, they were cut with my Cricut as well. They were adhered with foam squares just to lift them up off the page and give them a bit more life. Now I am working on the date. I die cut a little tab with my Cricut from More Close to My Heart cardstock. This cardstock is Pebble, so it's a nice light gray. And then I decided to add some enamel dots. I wanted to bring a bit more mint into the paper, and I used these enamel dots from Echo Park. So they were perfect up at the top of the page there to achieve that. I do add a few more on the end of the photo, but I cut that part of the footage out just to save on a bit of time. I decided that I needed to include either a journaling strip or some sort of strip to say what this landmark was. So that's what I'm working on right now. I inked it with some charcoal ink from Close to My Heart. I also stamped it with an alpha stamp set that I had in my stash, which also is from Close to My Heart. I'll be sure to link them down in the description box below so you can go check out their website if you are interested. I'm just adding the journaling now. I really struggled with my decision-making abilities. At this point, I didn't know if I should add the journaling or not. I really liked the layout as it was without the journaling, but I couldn't not include journaling. So what would you have done? Would you have added the journaling or would you have hidden it? Here's the close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I hope this layout inspired you, and I hope you've been inspired to play along with Christy's Beautiful Life in 30 Days of Sketches. I'll be back again soon. Bye, friends.